So I genuinely think I figured out why most people never got their money together. And it's not because they're lazy or stupid. And honestly, it's not even because they don't even make enough money. It's because nobody ever gave us the operating system. They handed us bills and debt and credit cards. They handed us jobs, but nobody handed us a blueprint. So we keep trying to fix our finances by making one random decision after another. I stop eating out. I pick up DoorDash. I start investing. I buy this course. And none of it sticks because you're treating symptoms instead of fixing the system. And once I realized money wasn't about math, it was about identity, discipline, stewardship, and systems. Everything changed. So in this video, I'm giving you the exact framework that completely changed how I think about money. And you know what's funny? People will spend 3 hours watching Netflix, but won't spend 30 minutes trying to figure out where their paycheck actually goes. Then payday comes, you feel rich for exactly 6 hours. You order food, Amazon gets a donation, a couple subscriptions may hit, gas, groceries. One Target trip somehow becomes $186. And by next Friday, you're looking at your account wondering where it's at, where all the money go. I've been there. Most of us have. But here's something I had to accept. See, money is not disappearing. It's obeying your habits. And that's the first code I cracked. Your bank account is simply recording your daily decisions. Now, in the Bible, Luke 16:10, it says, God doesn't trust people with more until they become faithful with what they already have. So notice the verse never says wealthy, it says faithful. And that's a completely different standard because we've been chasing income and God has been watching our stewardship. Now, the second thing, income does matter, but behavior matters more. We've all seen somebody making 6 figures and still broke. And we've all seen somebody making $50,000 quietly building wealth. And why? Because income doesn't fix undisciplined spending. If your spending grows every time your paycheck grows, you'll stay broke at every income level. Lifestyle inflation is one of the biggest financial traps in America. I'm sure you see it. Every raise becomes a newer car, a nicer apartment, a bigger TV, more subscriptions, because you feel like, hey, I got more. So you go on a better vacation. The money increases, but your margin disappears. You're really supposed to be increasing your margins. Proverbs 21:20, the wise store up, the foolish consume everything. Read it again, please. Everything. And see, that's not talking about rich people. That's talking about habits. Here's where I think people make the biggest mistake. They think budgeting is restrictive, and I think it's freedom, okay? Imagine getting paid, and every dollar has an assignment already, okay? Your bills, your giving, your saving, investing, the food, your gas, your fund, and don't forget that emergency fund. Now, your money isn't controlling you. You're telling your money where to report, and that's budgeting, not punishment. That's leadership. I like to say if your money doesn't have a job, it'll quit working for you. Now, let's talk about something nobody likes hearing. You cannot budget your way out of a tiny income forever. Eventually, you have to increase your value. And that's where skill acquisition comes in. Most people spend years mastering entertainment, but almost no time mastering income-producing skills like sales, video editing, copywriting, even AI, marketing, coding, something, right? Learning how to take photos. Being a barber like myself, content creation like myself, public speaking, closing, leadership, everything. These skills print opportunities. Proverbs 22:29, a skilled man stands before kings. Notice it's not talking about how lucky the person is, but how skilled that man is. And that's the Bible. The market pays for problems solved. The bigger problem you solve, generally, the more money follows. Now see, this is why I tell people, stop asking what job pays the most and start asking what skill can I become dangerous at. Jobs can disappear, but skills travel with you wherever you go. That's an asset nobody can repossess. You can lose your job, but as long as you got the skills, you can do something else tomorrow. Now, got to talk about side hustles. Everybody wants passive income, but nobody wants active effort. Your first side hustle doesn't have to make $10,000 a month. It just has to prove that somebody will exchange money for the value that you create. That's it. It could be cutting hair, pressure washing, lawn care, selling digital products, coaching, photography, tutoring people on the side, even content, making YouTube videos, fitness, meal prep, whatever, graphic design. There's so many things that you can do, but just solve problems, then improve, then scale. In Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verse 2, it reminds us not to rely on only one source. Multiple streams aren't about greed, they're about wisdom. And here's another code I cracked. Emergency funds are underrated. People think savings is boring until life happens. And trust me, you might get a flat tire. Your car gonna break down. Hours may get cut. You may lose some of that overtime. A new medical bill, a family emergency, and now all you can do is pray because you ain't got no money. Meanwhile, Visa is charging 29% interest. Joseph prepared before the famine in Genesis 41. Preparation is biblical. Panic usually comes from poor preparation. And another thing, man, you got to stop trying to look rich. Seriously, man. The people trying their hardest to appear wealthy are usually financing the image. And meanwhile, real wealth is quiet. It's paid off debt, cash reserves, investments, peace. That's what's most important. Being able to sleep and not flex. Romans 13:8 tells us not to owe anyone anything except for love. Debt steals your options. Cash creates options. And we can stop pretending discipline ain't the answer. People ask all the time, what's the secret? It's no secret. It's just discipline. What's the investment? Discipline. What's the best budget? Being disciplined with your money. The one you actually follow. The best side hustle is the one that you stay consistent with. People always want the hack, but God keeps rewarding your consistency. Galatians 6:9 told us to don't grow weary, to keep sowing. Eventually comes the harvest. Now, here's something I wish somebody would have told me years ago. Stop comparing your financial chapter 2 to somebody else's chapter 20. Social media has people feeling behind. We got that FOMO, that fear of missing out, that looking at everybody's lifestyle and comparing ourselves to people that we ain't even met before. Got to run your own race. Build your own plan. Increase your own income. Decrease your stupidity. All right? Yeah. Stop being stupid. Not because you are stupid, but because we all make stupid financial decisions from time to time. Own it, but fix it. Move on. Do something different. So the actual framework. Step 1, know exactly where every dollar goes. Step 2, spend less than you earn. Okay? Decrease your expenses. Step 3, build an emergency fund. Step 4, get out of high interest debt. And step 5, invest in yourself into your skills, increase your income. Step 6, create another income stream. Step 7, invest consistently. Step 8, repeat for years. And that's it. Simple doesn't mean easy, but it works. And here's what I want y'all to remember. All right? Money is a terrible master, but it's an incredible servant. The goal isn't to worship money. The goal is to be a steward. To steward it so well that God can trust you with more. Matthew 25 teaches that faithful stewardship precedes greater responsibility. So don't chase the wealth. Become the kind of person who can handle the wealth, Because if your character grows faster than your income, your money eventually catches up. If your income grows faster than your character, you'll probably lose it. And that's the code I finally cracked. And I honestly believe it'll change your life if you commit to it. All right. Peace.